Welcome to the Solo to Entrepreneur Show. If you're ever felt torn between playing it safe and taking a leap of faith, today's episode is for you. We're diving into a calculative risk, the secret behind strategic success, and because let's be honest, risk is inevitable, right? It's unavoidable. But the question is, are you taking the right risks? Last month, my father questioned why I was migrating to the US. My parents weren't happy. My colleagues, they had their doubts. Like, why the hell are you moving to the US? Of all places, the USA. I know people have their opinions, but for me, my father had a talk with me. He told me to rethink my decision and I shouldn't take risk. And honestly, I was tempted to laugh, but I didn't. I get it. No, he was concerned. Parents want security for their kids. And if I were making an impulsive decisions, I'll probably agree with him. But here's the thing. Everyone takes risk on a daily basis. You get into a car, it's a risk. You invest your money, risk. You start a business, bigger risk. You walk out your house. Well, risk can happen anytime, isn't it? But here's the difference between success and failure. Smart entrepreneurs don't just take risks, they take calculative risks. So why do most people avoid risk altogether? Well, that's perfectly clear. First one is the fear of failure. Everyone's fears of failing. But what if it all goes wrong? What if I lose my money? What if this happens? What if that happens? Comfort zone syndrome. That's the second one. Staying safe feels easier. You should always know what you want to do. You should always be in your comfort zone. No! The third one is overthinking. Analysis paralysis keeps you stuck. Overthinking holds you back from making that decision. External noise, friends, families, colleagues question your choices, all that noise that you hear around you that's disrupting you from making that decision. So fear of failure, comfort zone syndrome, people hate coming out of their comfort zone, overthinking, external noise. I met a coach just 2 days ago, and her question was, what is the biggest, boldest risk or decision that you've made? And I kind of snopped or chuckled under my breath. Yeah, I already just did. Right? Because migrating uprooting everything that I built into moving to a whole different country. What is your boldest, biggest action towards making that calculative risk? For me, I already can see the vision of my business, vision of who I want to be in the future, 5 years time, 3 years time, 10 years time. What is your vision? What is your clear vision of what you want to achieve? I had to face all these, right? When making my move, as I said. But I also knew something most people ignore. The power of calculative risks. Risk isn't just about jumping blindly. It's about assessing, planning, executing with precision, and always not giving up. Being persistent. People say that I'm a persistent person. Being persistent towards your goal. Sure, you come across failure, but failure should make you stronger in becoming bigger. Failure should teach you a lesson of learning. It's like, how many failures can I do in order to reach that breakthrough, in order to reach that success? Studies show that successful entrepreneurs take calculated risks that have a 70% probability of success. A 70% probability of success. That's a sweet spot, not 100% certainty because that doesn't exist, but enough certainty to make a strategic move. People are just too easily give up. Remember, keep being persistent. So what does calculative risk actually look like? Now, here are 3 steps to taking a smart risk. Do your research. Under the facts or understand the facts, analyze the facts before making a leap. Compare informations. Weigh the potential loss versus gain. So do the research, weigh the potential loss versus gain. If the reward outweighs the loss, it's a good risk. And the third, have a plan B, C, D, E. Maybe cut it short so that's the only option that you have. Have a plan B, C, Smart entrepreneurs prepare for setbacks, plan A, and very quickly bounce back to plan B, plan C. And here's the thing. When you are making decisions, you think of what is the worst case scenario that's going to happen? What is the best case scenario? And what is the worst case? Think of three things. Best case scenario, worst case scenario, and most likely. The thing is, as long as it won't kill you, that's fine. Best case scenario, worst case scenario, and most likely. The thing is, any challenges or setback, find a quick solution towards that setback. Every success story involves a leap of faith, obviously, but it's always a planned leap. If you've been waiting for the perfect time to make a move, ask yourself this question. Are you avoiding risks or just avoiding growth? Are you avoiding risk or are you avoiding growth? With me not making a decision, are you avoiding risk or just avoiding growth? Because the biggest risk of all is staying exactly where you are. Sure, I am comfortable. That could be just an excuse for growth. Tune into episode 24, where I speak to a very good friend of mine, Simon, on the exact same thing, on his version of his thought on our conversation on calculative risk. What's a risk you've taken in your life? If you want to share a story, please do email me or leave a feedback. And I would love to hear what kind of risk have you taken that has opened doors and given you the opportunity of expanding and building and creating a successful business. This is Lorraine Chai from the Solo to Entrepreneur Show, and I'll be looking forward to hearing and seeing you on our next episode.